We've been looking at a number of dress watches recently on the channel, and today's video is no exception. We have another dress watch that we're going to be looking at. It's from a micro brand called Zampieri, and it's the Padua. It's their only watch that they offer right now, but it is a very elegant, super sleek, simple design, and I'm excited to show it to you today. And it actually shares some design features with Credor, which is Seiko's super luxury brand that they have, with the Credor Eichi 2. And so I'm going to try and show them side by side so we can see some of those similarities in today's video. But maybe you say, man, I love that Eichi 2, but you know, being close to $50,000, I don't think I can afford it. If that's the case, you might want to look at this Zampieri because it's very similar in its design, and it's nowhere near the price of that Credor watch. So let's just jump right into this review of this elegant dress watch from Zampieri. Well, we're starting off with a wrist shot for today's video because I wore this watch today. So just give you that real quick. I borrowed this watch, or it's on loan from Average Joe's channel, so appreciate that. And I have to say that the packaging for this watch is really nice as well, so if you want to see some of that, go check out Average Joe's review of this Zampieri Padua, and it's just a stunning piece, I have to say. So elegant, and I'm just happy to spend some time with it. I just have to say right off the bat that I like this watch, and you're going to hear about it in today's video. Let's go over some specs and features real quick before we talk about some similarities between that Credor watch. This particular model, which is the rose gold with a brown leather strap, is the 7307. It uses the Ronda 1062 quartz movement, which is a slim tech movement, which allows this watch to have the slimness that it does. The crystal is sapphire. The case material is stainless steel. Case diameter is 39 millimeters, and the case thickness, as I measured it, is 6.3 millimeters. And on the website for Zampieri, I think they put 7 millimeters, so I really believe it's a little bit less than that. I got 6.3. The lug to lug is 20 millimeters, and the lug width is 20 millimeters, and the lug to lug from lug tip to lug tip is 45 millimeters. We're going to talk more about the strap, but it's an Italian calf leather that was vegetable tanned. There's water resistant of 50 meters on this watch, and the weight, as I measured it on my scale, was 44 grams. This watch basically wears so light it's like it's not even there. Talking about the Ronda movement that it uses, it is a Swiss quartz movement. And the battery life is, they say, is 6 years, so it's a great battery life. It's a 4-joule movement, and they claim the accuracy is about -10 to +20 seconds a month, which I believe is pretty standard for most quartz movements. I want to throw up a picture of this Credor watch that I've been mentioning that shares that the Zampieri shares some similarities with, and that's the Credor Eichi 2. I don't remember the exact price of the Credor Eichi 2, but it's somewhere around $50,000. And so as you see these two watches side by side, you can see that there's quite a few similarities. Of course, the Zampieri does not have a second hand like the Eichi 2 does, but just look at the dial. The dial on the Credor is a porcelain dial, and the dial on the Zampieri is an enamel dial. So though they are not exactly the same material, they are very similar, and the enamel dial on the Zampieri, we'll talk a little bit more about it, but it is just gorgeous, and you really have to see it in person. But you can see some similarities between these two watches. You can see the stick indices are pretty much the same. Of course, on the Zampieri, they're applied. On the Eichi 2, they're actually hand painted. Everything on that dial on the Credor Eichi 2 is hand painted. But you can see the design features, even just the case itself is very similar. There's difference in the hand shape and all of that. But I just thought it was quite unique that Credor Eichi 2 was very similar to this Zampieri. So I'm not sure if Zampieri kind of took some design features from there. Maybe he'll chime in on this video and let us know. But I just thought that was neat that such an expensive watch that the Zampieri shared many of the similarities with that. So I just wanted to take note of that. You guys let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. So if you're in the market or you love that Credor Eichi 2 watch, but you don't have $50,000 to spend on it, perhaps this could fill that void for you. I'm not sure. You'll have to decide on that for yourself. Let's jump into the design and durability. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I want to talk about what I feel is the star of the show of this watch, and that is the dial. Now, it's going to be really hard to see on camera, but this dial, being enamel like it is, does not feel like any other dial or look like any other dial that you've seen on a watch. And it's hard to explain, but it has almost like a milky feel to it, a white design, and you really have to see it in person. There's nothing like it out there. And so the dial, I believe, is the star of this watch. Now, the case comes in a close second, but for me, I'm just mesmerized by the dial, the simplicity, the elegance of it. I love those stick indices that are applied so well to that enamel dial in rose gold, and the hands are super thin and elegant as well, also in rose gold. And this dial, as you can see, is very simple with just the Zampieri printed on the dial there, and it's just an elegant dial that I've really fallen in love with the time I've had this watch. Just beautiful. Now, the case comes in a close second for being the star of the show because of its slimness. Super thin, just disappears, can fit under any cuff that you can throw at it, and it's just an elegant case shape. And of course, you see it's all polished surfaces in that rose gold color. Now, originally I was talking with Average Joe. I said it's rose gold. I thought it was just a regular yellow gold, but as I pulled out one of my tungsten carbide gold colored watches, you can see that there definitely is a difference. That this yellow gold, this is yellow gold colored, and then you see the rose gold, so you can see a little bit of the difference there. But it's beautifully done. The lugs have a little bit of a curvature to them, and just an elegant case. Case back is not in rose gold. It's a stainless steel color, and you can see that it's held on by 4 screws there, and there's some writing, the different name and features of the watch, and the Zampieri in the middle there. But the case is elegant for sure. The crown is tiny, but it fits the watch just right, and it kind of has a rounded look to it. And there is a Z, and it's going to be hard to focus on it, but there is a Z for Zampieri on the crown there. Easy to use. Of course, it's just one single position. You get your fingernail underneath and it pops out ever so slightly, and then you can adjust the time there. No second hand, as you've already noticed, which really gives this watch, I think, a unique elegance not having the second hand. And of course, it's harder to tell that it's a quartz watch without the second hand ticking away as well, so you can kind of hide that if you wanted to. The crystal is sapphire, just a flat sapphire crystal, so you can see it protrudes very slightly out of the case, but nice sapphire crystal there. And the band we really have to talk about a little bit more. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because the band is so nice. You know, other dress watches that I've had don't meet up to this strap, this band. It's just, you can feel the softness of it as soon as you pick it up. It's very supple, and it's full grain Italian calf leather, and it's vegetable tanned, which is a process that takes a lot longer than the process that is used by chemicals, and so it's more expensive when they do it that way. And you can tell this is a quality strap. It's a little bit thicker on this portion right here, and then where the holes come in, there's no cushioning there, and so it's very flexible and it's very comfortable on the wrist. This section of the band is also thicker over here as well. A couple keepers, and the buckle is in that rose gold color. You get Zampieri there as well, and the buckle is very nice, polished. Also, I measured the taper. It starts at 20 millimeters up here, and it only tapers down about 0.5 millimeters, so not much of a taper, but still a very, very nice strap for sure. Probably the most high quality strap I've seen on a watch. Let's talk about the price as we close out this video. Right now on Zampieri's website, as of the time of the filming of this video, he's got these going for $265. Now I think that is a great price for all that you get. Just the slimness and everything about this watch, that enamel dial, everything is done very high quality, and I think that price fits this watch. I think he probably could sell it for more, in my opinion, but I think $265, what he has it at right now, is very fair for what you get. Perhaps you can find these used, I'm not quite sure, but you can check that out on eBay or wherever you shop for watches and find that out for yourself. But I think this is a steal for the price, so I hope you'll check him out. I'm going to jump back in front of the camera and give my final verdict about this beautiful Zampieri Padua. Well, there it is, the Zampieri Padua. What can I say? Man, it's just a beautiful piece. An elegant, simple, thin dress watch. You really can't get much thinner than less than 7 millimeters. And there's just a lot to like. That enamel dial is gorgeous. The rose gold color case and indices and hands are magnificent. The strap is beautiful as well. Very supple and soft. So there's a lot to love. There's not a lot, if anything, that I can say I don't like about this watch. So I hope that you'll check out Zampieri. This is not a sponsored video in any way, but I will leave his link there where you can check out this version of the Padua and check out the other colorways that they have as well if you're interested. Love to hear your thoughts about this watch. What do you think about it? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? And do you think my little comparison with the Credor Eichi 2 holds any weight? Do you see the similarities between this watch and that watch that I pointed out? What do you think about that? Love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you to Average Joe Watch Reviews for lending this into the channel. Please check him out as well. But that's it for today's video. Please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and we'll see you next time here on J City Reviews.